Hi, Teacher Victoria here with Lead from Home with VIPKid Teacher Victoria. Yay, it's me! I'm here to provide today's weekly Candid Corner, and that is my top 3 reasons that I believe have helped me maintain and get booked. That was a little backwards. Get booked and sustain my schedule. Top 3. Yay! So reason 1, did I say reason? Reason 1 is that I signed a commitment. I signed a contract, not just our contract as independent contractors, but one to myself. I created a tool, a Y contract. It is part of my Classroom Essentials resources. You can get that here for free by clicking subscribe and subscribing to the email. Yay! Lead from home. So this is part of the resource toolkit that you will have access to on my website. Yay! Website went live this week. Lots of resources there available to you. Classroom Essentials. This is part of the Learn resource toolkit, and it talks about your commitment statement. So when you start a new project, I know when I start a new project, a new job, a new career path, whatever it is, I need to know why I'm doing it. We should have at least a general idea why we do it, but your purpose, it should be a clear statement that says what your motivation is, what your ultimate goal is, what you are providing to the company or the client, and then what you expect to get back. In between there, it also should be clearly stated and relevant are action items that kind of tie everything together. A nice little thread that weaves it all together, a connectedness, so to speak. I do this for 2 parts. I do this for myself with statements about why, because this is what's going to help me when I'm tired and, I have to reschedule a few things and where I feel like I'm just, okay, here's another class. Of course, once you get into the classroom, your mood completely changes. At least for me, I'm completely in it. It's like just relaxing. I can't believe we get paid for this, but we do. We actually do. All right, so I'm excited. As you can tell, I just had a couple of classes that were just rock stars. But yes, so the second part of the Classroom Essentials Y contract tool is the contract to yourself in the classroom. So your contract says, what am I going to do to make this classroom the bomb? Whatever word you want to put in there, make it verbal. Make it an actionable statement. What are you going to do? What is it that's going to make your classroom essential for others? It's all about the classroom environment, your commitment to not being distracted by other things, having a quiet mind, for example. And how do we do that? Put your phone on off or silent if you can, making sure that there's, if you have other things that are going on, that you make a plan or a schedule. Whatever it is your action item is, it has to be relevant to your ultimate goal. So again, if you're interested in this tool and other tools like it, you're welcome to subscribe. You'll have access to that. If you need a little bit more coaching on this tool and how to make it applicable to whatever profession you're in, click also. I use this tool for when I was in behavioral health, and I am so proud of each one that I've had over the years because they're still relevant to my everyday life. If you'd like a sample, I should have brought mine, but since we move a lot, it's tucked in my former work, my little tote. I have a collection of totes where I have things like that are most valuable to me, and it was valuable because I believe that I went in with a great mindset and I stuck it out even though it might have been tough at times, and I left that place successful, and I love it. I miss them, and I hope they're watching because they made just as big an impact and impression on me that I made on them, and I owe it all to my Y contract. Anyway, so that's that. Shout out to my people in Indianapolis. Yay, I miss you guys. All right, enough of that. So, tip number 2, and this is really important. There are so many resources. There are individuals in our VIPKid community that have a wealth of knowledge. Please tap into those resources. I tapped into Ed Nace's website, his webpage or group, and I also follow his videos so that I can learn more. He's doing live Facebook videos, which is just beyond me. How does he have the time? Well, I'm here now, so not that this is a paid endorsement by any means, but when I know and recognize that there is a relevant tool that can help you, by all means, research it, take what you can. That's what the information is out there for, and make it your own. I follow his guidelines and his ideas in his books, and I reference them occasionally, but I do have my own template in my head. All of my notes are individualized, and I have them down to 2 minutes to 3 minutes, and I am done with my notes within 10 minutes after all of my classes. When you are doing 16 to 20 classes, that is beyond important. I say that because it's your time, and what do they say? Time is money. The more time that you spend on your notes, the less time you have with family, the less time you have to recover. And those are essential for having that work and home life balance. So I say essential feedback. If you're interested in the tool that I use, I have a YouTube video coming up that will outline how that works. I do use a behavioral health model, but again, individualized and hitting the key points. I will say relevant every single time, every video when it comes to this job, because why do it if it's not relevant? All right, so enough of that. Top 3. So the third one is scheduling. And I can talk to you a little bit about that. When I first started, my first video, I mentioned that I did short notice bookings. My first full month, I only had 8 short notice bookings that actually processed through. And in January, I had 10 short notice bookings that processed through. Now, I only short notice book or provide slots for short notice bookings for the 4 peak time slots daily. All of my other time is 24-hour slots, and they get booked. I owe that to opening up my schedule ahead of time, and I opened everything, and I've seen pictures. Hello again. So this is my statement. An open schedule does not necessarily equate to money. It doesn't. It doesn't equate to money, and it doesn't equate to bookings. My schedule now is green. I do have a couple of open, and that's fine. I have gotten in the habit of closing them out if they don't book, because I will utilize that time to work on other projects. But anyway, I wanted to make that clear. Just because your schedule is open does not mean you will get booked. Does not equal. All right. What does equal it? I believe that there are certain things that have to go in to making a good schedule. This is a little bonus, if you will. And those are making sure you have an established relationship with your LPs, submitting timely tickets to announce what is going on. Hey, I'm certified in I'd like to do this. Communicating your plan to the LPs and your business partners, VIPKid, letting them know what you're willing to do, what your schedule looks like, and what your potential, what your goal is. So it's okay to share that information. If you need help with wording that or doing it, what's the worst they can say? No? We're already there. So those are a few things that I did early on, really quickly. I did not wait until I had a week where there was zero scheduled. Zero. No, not me. I made sure that I was aggressive and I took care of it. One, because of my motivation and my why. That why goes with me everywhere, whether it's here, or physically, like I had at my old office, where I saw it every time I sat at my desk, where my clients could see it. My behavior should be reflected in my actions, and that means reaching out to LPs, asking questions, looking for support that is relevant to your personal mission. So I know this ran a little bit long. I was aiming for about 8 minutes or 6 minutes even, just to kind of walk you through it. Remember, subscribe, check out my website at Lead From Home, or it's actually VIPKid Teacher Victoria. .com. So check me out there, and you'll have access to the resources that I mentioned, and as well as become part of my mail list, which will give you access to the information as it comes out. If you're interested in coaching, I did have several successful meetings this week. They were great. We worked on a one-on-one basis and in a group to kind of hone in on what it is that may be holding them back from getting bookings, or what they haven't done, basically developing a game plan for success. And we utilized our tools. We did role plays. I'm sorry. Yes, I know. But we do these things to make sure that we are on task with what our personal goals are. So we are staying aligned. I thank you for your time. Thank you for staying with me this whole time. You get a star, you get a star, and you get a star. You guys are great. See you soon. Goodbye.